Hi, I'm Laura.
And I'm Paul.
And this is The Truth About.
Confusion filled sea of doubt. It's time to hear the truth about. Confusion filled sea of doubt. It's time to hear the truth about
Walt Disney World.
Okay, Laura, so today obviously I thought it'd be a good one for you because obviously it's all about Walt Disney World and you love Disney. You're a bit of a Disney freak.
And you're the one who introduced me to Disney World.
Well, yeah, and obviously we spoke about that in previous episode, didn't we? Quite a lot of them actually, in Happiness, in obviously The Truth About Us, when our first holiday, when you said what's your favourite holiday and I said Walt Disney World. And I think that's just such a huge part of our relationship, probably. Yeah,
so initially we were going to talk about all of the facts that we know about Disney World. And looking at it, we thought, you know what, we could just talk about what we love about Disney World.
Yeah, because this is a tricky one, isn't it? Because you can just talk about this forever, and I think we probably have at people as well.
Yeah, and a few of my friends who have booked to go to Disney World or have gone to Disney World, I could talk to them for hours about it because there is just something so special and unique for everybody. So this is the truth about Disney World from our perspective. Obviously there's plenty of facts. You can go on the internet and you can find some amazing information from the size of the place, which is do you remember the fact?
I can't remember.
It's the size of San Francisco, so it is a huge place.
Yeah, and I mean this is kind of the thing, like obviously we always say it, people always ask us, don't they, like, where's your favorite place you've been to, because we've been lucky enough to travel quite a lot and been to many different places and stuff, but it's kind of weird how we always do say Walt Disney World and then you always get the same reaction, don't you?
Yeah.
Of either people that know and people that don't know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, or people that have been and haven't been kind of thing, and it's always like, really? Like out of everywhere, like Walt Disney World? But it is just its own world, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It basically, it doesn't feel like a holiday. It feels like you have literally just been taken away from reality. In a good way.
Yeah, and I think you've knocked the nail on the head with that one, because it's like it really is. I don't know. Yeah, this kind of escapism kind of thing of just complete optimism
about everything.
Every single person is so happy, and all this kind of stuff. And I know that some people perceive that as being fake, and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I honestly don't care. Like I think if every shop America, or in certain places in America, is very much like that, isn't it? The customer service is driven. You wouldn't get that in London, would you?
No.
But it's like, I like that. You know what I mean? It genuinely makes me happy. Whether it's fake or not, I don't really care.
The things that I love about Disney World is that it's just so easy. Yeah. Everything is easy. So when you get to Disney World, you go check in, you're given your magic bands. If you're in America, you get it sent. So if you're staying in a Disney resort, which is a must, in my opinion.
I would hate to say, because of the expense and all this kind of stuff, I do think it is so much more worth it just to be able to really experience it 100%.
I think if you're going to go somewhere like Disney World where it's already going to be expensive, you might as well just go the full hog.
Or okay, you at least stay there for a little bit, and then obviously
if you just have 2 nights and then you stay on International Drive for the rest of it, you just need to have that little bit of real magic, waking up and you're in Disney World.
And there's so many benefits, isn't there? Like, the extra magic hours, like you can get in the park early, but just that transportation system within Disney is just unreal, isn't it?
Yeah, you literally get up, you go to get some breakfast, you pay with your money adds up on your wristband, and you can pay for it as you go. So that's what Paul and I did.
The last time though, Laura, like the last time we went, I can't remember what happened. Why did we get the crazy amount of money?
Because they're
renovating. That was it, wasn't it?
So we were staying at the Caribbean Beach Resort. Paul had stayed there before when he was younger, and he went with his parents, and we went together for the first time and stayed there. So we thought, you know what, we know it, we love it, let's just go again. So when we booked it, we were then told, we're doing renovation work. So we're like, but they were giving us
some crazy amount.
I think we got $750 on gift card.
Yeah. What, each?
No.
No.
It was just per night.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That was it. Yeah, it was some kind of amount. But remember, we just had so much
And we
of
had
it.
so much money. And we, within our booking, we got a dining plan. So if you try and book, do try and get the free dining plan.
It's worth it.
It is worth it because you get loads of snacks, you get quick service meals, and if you want bigger meals, sit-down meals, you can upgrade your dining plan to table service one as well.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different options depending on what kind of thing you want. But at the time, we just went for quick service and we had so much food.
Do you remember the last day we're just getting all these snacks just to take home?
Yeah.
Like, as in gifts for people, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I think 3 snacks can make a meal or something. It seems crazy complicated, but once you're there, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's really worth doing, because I remember, like, even obviously going there as a kid and stuff, my mum was like, oh, we're not going to waste money on that, we just buy our own food. But it adds up so much money.
It really
it's
does.
really worth it.
Yeah, and I think when they do the booking for getting your quick service meal free, just do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's amazing.
Or even wait for that, because there's always a deal going on, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly. So
that's what we
try
did,
and wait
didn't we?
for it.
We were kind of like, okay, let's wait for this.
Yeah, paying for it seems a bit meh. But yeah, your Magic Band connects to your the Disney app, which you can book your
so
fast
good.
passes on
Yeah.
it. Your tickets are on your wristband. It tells you how many meal points you've got left if you've got the dining plan.
Yeah.
It is incredible. So it's all very easy. You just go to the park. You don't have to take a bag with you. Or if you need, bringing your sun cream and whatnot.
Yeah.
But literally, you don't need any money with you. Some places don't accept the wristband, but that's
but it's
very,
only
very
like,
few.
Planet Hollywood or something, isn't it?
Yeah, that's yeah. So you just go through, you bleep it, and then that's it. You're free. And the moment you walk down Main Street USA, and they're pumping out the smells, they're not real smells.
Well, the first time you, like, the happiest day of your life, Laura. The happiest day of your life. We're waiting outside the park. We got up early because I think it was early. Like we get whatever, we can get in there early or whatever.
Yeah, we got the magic bus to get the magic hours.
That was
extra
it.
magic
Yeah.
hours. So we stood outside and all these
And
poor
just
little kids were asleep.
And just listening to the music, wasn't
You
it?
hear all the Disney music and they come out and do the opening
Oh
ceremony
my
with the
God.
little fireworks and Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse come out. And then you go down Main Street and everyone just wants to get to the castle.
Yeah.
But I think I got to the castle and then I was like, I'm going to go back up Main Street.
Yeah.
Because the attention to detail on everything is incredible.
But this is the thing. It's the same kind of thing as if I go to a concert. Like, some of the best concerts I've been to, I would have to go to see that concert a few times just to figure out how they're doing all this stuff. And that is like, I don't know, Disney World is like that on speed, isn't it? Because it's like, there is so much attention to detail.
Yeah.
And like I say, you can go into facts forever and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, just the attention to detail and and as much as it changes as well.
Yeah.
And just, obviously, let's talk a little bit about, like, Imagineers, like the job of being an Imagineer.
So Imagineers are really the ones who come up with how everything will work and look at Disney World.
Yeah.
They come up with the ideas, the designs.
A robot bin. But just to all these tiny little things to
make things clean and tidy. There's a bin every 30 feet.
Yeah.
No chewing gum is sold.
Yeah.
I believe they made the floor red in parts of it to make you feel like you're walking on a red carpet.
Yeah.
In one, I can't remember what section, but the attention to detail is that time period of which the land is themed in. I think it's Frontierland.
Yeah.
All of the window shutters are crooked because during that time period, they would have needed metal to melt down and make into bullets. So they would only have one hinge on their window shutters.
Amazing.
I mean, who thinks about that?
I mean, but that really is the whole thing about Walt, in essence, isn't it? Like, we're just a ridiculous visionary of crazy epic proportions. Because I tell you what, I honestly can't name you one person at my school or whatever who hasn't seen a Disney film.
I am actually quite shocked at the amount of people that haven't seen things like Cinderella.
Oh yeah.
And they've all watched Disney, but I say to people, have you seen Cinderella? No. Sleeping Beauty? Yeah, maybe once. And I'm just like, what?
But it is something that we've grown up around, isn't it? Like Disney, you know what I mean? Like, and
Disney has always been my form of comfort, happiness, and escapism. I literally, on a rainy day, there's nothing I love more than sitting on the sofa with snacks and a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Ava, maybe, if she's there.
Yeah.
And watching Disney films.
I can't remember what film we went to, and it's probably unimportant anyway, but it wasn't a Disney film, and we felt really out of place watching it. Yeah, like, do you remember that? Like, we went during the day at the cinema or whatever, and it was just like us.
Yeah.
And then there was just like only kids and parents. And
was it a Disney film?
No, it wasn't. And then like we went to another one, I think in similar times, but it was a Disney film.
Yeah.
And there was just loads of adults by themselves.
Toy Story 3 was one of the big ones.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people had grown up with Toy Story.
Exactly, yeah.
1 and 2.
But I think that kind of does, it is timeless, isn't it? That, even like, the more modern ones, Moana and all that kind of stuff, they're still really good films.
Yeah, like
classics.
certain films
Princess and the Frog, man.
Yeah.
The music in that is unreal.
There's certain films I just look at and go, not interested.
Yeah.
Regarding new Disney. There's some even old Disney that I'm a bit like, and loads of people say they're very underrated, they're really good, but I'm still not there. The classics for me, if you've got something in Disney World completely themed around that film, for me, that's it. You've got Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Peter Pan.
But it's totally nuts. You think about Pirates of the Caribbean is a ride.
Yeah, and it started off as a ride.
That's it. You know what I mean? It's like the ride came first. And I
didn't know that.
That audiobook we listened to, how to be like Walt Disney, wasn't it? Or,
how to be more like Walt or something.
Yeah. But it was like the story about, Walt basically goes into that, sees the guy or whatever, a guy who's worked there for a very long time and said, cool, I want you to basically, create this new ride.
I think he was like an animator for a film.
And he'd never done anything, did he?
If you watch the Imagineering story on Disney Plus,
watch that.
It's all about how Walt Disney World came about, really. It is really incredible. So you get lots of facts and behind the scenes of that.
Yeah.
I don't think... we watched that shortly after we had to cancel our 2020 trip because of the
COVID and all that.
Yeah, because of COVID. And although it's still heartbreaking for me, at the same time, it's the best thing. I've still got my memories, and I know it's going to be so much better when we take Ava when she's a lot older.
But that dude wrote that song, which I thought was
No, I don't think he did. I think the guys who wrote Mary Poppins wrote the Pirates of the Caribbean song.
What, the yo-ho,
yeah, I think so.
A pirate's life for me. We have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that guy wrote that song. Yeah, because I remember that from the book, and it was like, so the guy's never, like, the guy's an animator, he creates the story for the ride.
Yeah.
And then he creates that song.
Yeah.
It's just like,
it is all he had so much faith in people, and that how... Honestly, what Walt Disney saw in people is literally what they could produce.
Yeah.
He had so much faith, and he would just be like, "Yeah, cool, get it done. I've got faith in you." And that was the kind of.
But that is just crazy. Like the whole, him going, right, I want a fun fair. I want a fun fair where kids can actually go to, because. Do you remember that from the book? At that time, there basically wasn't actually...
There was no theme parks.
No, there was no theme parks. There was nothing.
Yeah, but that was Disneyland.
Yeah, like
Disney
like
World
the original.
Disneyland was his first. It was his baby.
Yeah,
and then he started coming up ideas for...
He always wanted to have the world, didn't he? Yeah.
He wanted to create his own...
futuristic world.
Yeah, where...
Concept.
Everything... It sounds a bit communist, which is funny because that's kind of what he got in a bit of trouble for, wasn't it, later on in life?
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't.
No.
But he had this idea of this perfect world, essentially. And that is what Disney World is. Although... It wasn't just Epcot, it became Disney World. Epcot is very, very special to a lot of people because that was his initial idea. And, he would, on his deathbed, was laying and drawing out on with his hand on the ceiling. There was nothing there.
No.
But he was planning it out to Roy, his brother, and people. And he was so excited for what was going to come. And the thing, he always wanted it changing, which is why it's so amazing that things are always changing at Disney World.
I mean, I've been lucky enough to obviously go 2 years spaces or whatever, and it has just totally changed. There's totally new things or whatever. But I'll tell you what, Laura, give me your top 5 best rides.
I think rides is a bit of a tricky one because I could just walk around Walt Disney World and just look in the shops. But rides, they're probably all in Magic Kingdom.
Really?
No, I like Peter Pan's Flight because that was the first.
That was
my first.
That's a modern one.
Disney World ride.
That's cool.
I loved Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
In Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. I love it and I hate it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's quite terrifying. I'm trying to think now. There's so many.
Yeah.
There are so many.
Man, I'll help you out. Mine's Carousel of Progress.
Yes, Carousel of Progress. It's not really a ride. It's more of an experience.
It's a ride.
Carousel of Progress was how Walt saw the future to be.
And obviously they have actually modernised it to some extent.
He actually was very clever. He got funds to build it for the World Fair.
Yeah.
And then he kept it at the exhibit and then moved it across to his park.
Yeah.
I think at the time it was just in Disneyland. I think
it was,
then it moved.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is one of the original Walt Disney rides. Oh, and I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's just a classic,
so that's
isn't it?
I've got one left. They're not really roller coastery rides, are they?
No, I don't think Disney has.
I think
lots of those kind
Mount
of things.
Everest, Expedition Everest was intense.
Yeah.
It was terrifying. I wasn't sure whether I would even go on it.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, go. And it was actually Disney World and Florida as a whole, Busch Gardens and Universal that made me go, cool, roller coasters.
Yeah, actually you did get into them.
I hated them until then. So they're 5 really awesome rides. Do you have any different ones?
I'm trying to think that there's so much, isn't there? I mean, obviously, It's a Small World is is an iconic one, isn't it? Obviously, where the same song is played and they do it in all different languages all around the world. That's just mesmerising for me. There just is so much. There's just
so much to do.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, one of my favourite rides was that. There was one in, obviously I know it as MGM Studios, then it changed to Disney Hollywood Studios or whatever. But it was the one where it goes through the different classic Hollywood
I actually
times.
went on that with you.
Yeah,
on the first time, and then they closed it down.
Yeah,
that was a really good one.
But,
I did really enjoy
it's one
that.
of those things because it goes into Singing in the Rain, doesn't it? And all the iconic classic films, it goes into gangster
because it wasn't
bits.
Disney, they changed it.
Yeah, and also probably times change. People don't really know those films as much and things like that, is it? But yeah, that was really good.
I love everything. I don't think there was one ride at Disney I went, well, that was awful.
No.
Other things I love about it is honestly you can just go in the shops. We would go in the evenings, we'd go to Downtown Disney or Disney Springs as it's called now, and just walk around the shops and just look at everything.
Still, all that music playing all the time.
The music, the smells of sweets and cinnamon. You go into the bakeries just to look. I would honestly, I was just like, can I just get a drink just so I can go in there?
Which is funny because our next episode's about weight loss, but I think how can you come away from Disney and not at least put on a few pounds? You know what I mean?
This is the thing. If I were to do it again, I would eat as much as I liked, but the amount of walking, I do believe balances it out because you do so much
That's
walking.
the thing. I'd love to try that out, as in to obviously now we have the watches and all that. It would be interesting to see how much you do walk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because obviously they do say you're walking miles a day.
Where are your favourite places to eat at Disney?
That's a really good question. I guess it's hard because the last time we went, we were actually vegetarian.
Yes, we were.
Yeah,
but the first time we went, we weren't.
Okay, first time we went, we weren't. No, and obviously now we're not again or whatever. But I really like a place in Magic Kingdom.
Which one?
I don't know. It's like where they do like the buffet of the Mexican food and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even remember.
Buffalo Bills or something like that. Taco Bills. I don't know. But that was a really
Yeah,
good
there's
one.
a Mexican restaurant in Frontierland.
I tell you what, that
That's
T-Rex
really
place.
nice. Yes, that
Oh
was
my
in
God.
Disney Springs.
Oh yeah. So basically, you got that T-Rex themed restaurant, and
It's all dinosaur themed. It's amazing.
That I'd say Ava would love that.
Yeah, Rainforest Cafe was nice too.
Yeah, that's really cool.
They've got one at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Where else? They got. Oh, for me, I absolutely adored Be Our Guest restaurant.
Oh God, yeah.
The theming of it was enough for me. The food could have been awful.
But this is what I mean.
It was delicious.
The thought that goes into this stuff is just totally
Honestly,
unreal.
The main dining room is designed around the ballroom.
Yeah.
So you look out and they've got these windows and it's the night sky and it's the terrace area, which Beast takes beauty.
Yeah.
Beauty takes Belle out on.
Yeah.
And actually occasionally snow falls, and you're allowed to get Beast walks around and greeting you,
It's
and you can go
amazing.
do a meet and greet with him.
Yeah.
And then and as you walk in, you given like a Lumiere. You carry around a Lumiere.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you can't keep it, but you can buy them.
Yeah, we ended up buying one.
Yeah, and we're gonna actually have a break before I go into the next part of the Be Our Guest tour.
Let's do it. Be sure to check out the Truth About blog at truthabout.co.uk. Okay, Laura.
So I was interrupted by our little break, but it needs be because I was getting overexcited. So
Calm down, break.
I just mentioned the main dining area, which is where we ate when we went there.
Yeah.
The food is delicious.
There's so many sections though, isn't there?
Yeah, there's an extra dining area. It's a bit smaller and it's at the back and it's quite dark, but it's
I love
the
that
West
lightning
Wing.
thing they do.
Yeah, so they've got the picture of the prince, and when the lightning strikes, it turns into Beast, and it has like a scratch
so
through
good.
it. And you can go over and see the rose. It's like a hologram, and it's wilted, and the mirror's there, and oh yeah, and I could talk about it for hours.
Another random thing, another fact that I obviously haven't fact checked, but that isn't it? Walt Disney World is the biggest buyer of explosives in.
Yeah, it's one after the government. Yeah, for the fireworks, because the fireworks
crazy.
are immense.
And that's funny because you know what? I think the first time we went was actually, obviously I've been quite a few times when I was younger and stuff like that, but I think it was the first time I actually watched, the firework display at Magic Kingdom and all that. But yeah, oh my God,
it was
just so
one
much.
of the most beautiful moments of my life. I'm tearing up just thinking about it. It's not even an overreaction.
I've had goosebumps at so many points in just talking about it within this podcast.
It's not just fireworks. It is a whole show. They put this amazing technology, projection on the castle.
Yeah.
And it tells a story, and the music that goes along with it, and the atmosphere. And as soon as it starts playing, I See the Light from Tangled.
Yeah.
I just burst into tears. They changed the fireworks from the first time we went, and the second time I was pregnant.
Heavily pregnant.
I wasn't heavily pregnant.
It felt like it.
Well, it felt like it, yeah. I'd actually only just started going into the second trimester, so I was still a bit queasy.
We'd
and
waited
it was really, really humid.
so long.
I was really happy. We were like near the front, sat down, and then we were all told to stand up, and we were still waiting for ages. And everyone had to move forward, and I was getting a bit claustrophobic and a bit warm. And I got to a point where I said, Paul, I'm going to faint.
1 minute before it started.
I'm going to faint or I'm going to be sick. I need air. Oh, that did not go down too well.
Actually, it worked out well, didn't it? Because when we moved out to wherever we moved to on like some bridge or something, it was like a way better view, wasn't it?
Yeah, we actually got to, because of everyone standing up, we had like these 7-foot men with their kids on their shoulders in front of us. And I was just like, oh, I can't see now.
Laura,
so we went round.
We need to talk about Epcot.
We haven't even finished talking about the fireworks yet.
Laura, Epcot.
Epcot is Paul's favourite. I'm going to let Paul talk about Epcot for a bit.
But Epcot, it's just like the whole world in
Well, not the whole world.
a place. And it's beautiful. But my favourite thing is you go to, because, okay, just to explain it, I guess, Epcot is a big golf ball. and there's a ride.
That's Spaceship Earth.
Yeah, Spaceship Earth. But there's a ride within that, and that's really cool.
That is
it?
really awesome.
You know, and that's sponsored, isn't it, as well, and all that kind of stuff. But that is cool within itself. But
Epcot has the largest aquarium in the US.
really? Mm-hmm. Damn.
Facts.
Yeah, crazy. But my favourite thing about Epcot is just you've got all of different places around the world or whatever is all
Miniature versions
or whatever.
countries.
But my favourite thing is the place that you go to, you're always going to see people of that nationality who are visiting that particular place to see how they're portrayed by the world.
One of my favourite bits is England because it's got fish and chips. It's got a pub. The island has a little pub too.
Mary Poppins or Alice in Wonderland.
You either meet. They've got little cottages. It's little clean streets, and it is hilarious.
It's nothing like England. No, I'm joking.
You go into the shops and there's you buy tea.
Yeah.
Shortbread.
I love all that. Oh, and Germany.
Beatles t-shirts. Germany is great.
Oh, the Werther's Originals. Oh, so many.
The brownie. The Werther's Original
God.
brownie.
Yeah.
All the Christmas stuff. They've
I
got
love the Christmas
Norway.
stuff. Yeah.
Italy. You can hear my stomach grumbling now because I'm thinking about all the food.
Yeah.
I just go to Disney World for the food.
Oh, but what about
Canada?
Canada. Yeah, Canada's so good. But also China. Like we spent
Japan.
so long there, didn't we?
Oh,
Like
my
just having all the
goodness.
Chinese food. I think I probably ate that menu a few times now.
Yeah, I could. I feel sad now.
Yeah, actually, this is quite depressing. But the that's my favourite thing about Disney as well. Is just like the whole the transportation system for the bus is so good. So it was like, obviously you're staying within Disney, which is my favourite to be honest, because I like going to one park, jumping on the bus and going to another park.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Obviously you can do that anyway. As soon as you're within Disney, you can hop on the buses and all that kind of stuff. But it's nice just at night going, you know what, let's go to China. let's get a nice meal.
And I think that was our evening thing, really. It's Epcot and Disney Springs.
Laura,
What?
the Steiff pig in Germany.
Paul walked into the Steiff shop in Epcot, Germany, and at the time, and still is, obsessed with sweet little piggies. And he insisted that he buy a tiny Steiff pig, which Ava has found and acquired as her own.
She has.
So,
that's fine. That's fine by me.
It took a long
Because it means
time.
I get to buy more. Bigger ones.
I'm trying to think. Oh, there's also Mexico.
Oh yeah.
There's Africa.
Oh my god. And that's the thing. I love these rides as well because Mexico has that ride with the free.
Don't get me wrong. It's all very stereotypical.
Oh yeah.
It's just Day of the Dead and
yeah. But but yeah, I love it though. Like
I really wish we booked a table in there.
I've personally never been to Mexico, so it's like it's a nice.
You get a little
stereotypical thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's like if no one's ever been to England, it's a fun.
To be honest, we only went on that ride just for the air conditioning because it was so hot.
Yeah, it was so humid, wasn't it?
Yeah, and
that particular time.
The food is great.
Oh man.
We only had the quick service menu, but I do wish we booked a table inside there.
Well, and that's the thing. I've always gone in October because I don't know why. Apparently, at the time was like one of the quietest times, or maybe the cheaper times to go, or whatever. Which probably isn't the case anymore, anyway. But obviously, I love the Halloween stuff and
the
all
Halloween
that.
decorations.
But Epcot, when they do the round the world, and you can try. I mean, really, we sucked because we were vegetarian, but at least
they
next
have
time we
in
go,
October they have the food and wine festival, so they have a lot of stalls of like smaller stalls where you can try different foods and wine that goes with it. I think when we eventually go again, that will be definitely something that I'd be booking because it looks like it's worth the money, and we've been there enough times and seen people.
Laura,
what?
Morocco.
Oh God, yes.
So good.
It's just a food tour. Honestly, just go to Disney World for the food.
But it's so good, isn't it? And it's just, and Paris as well. You know, Paris is great.
It's so lovely, isn't it? And they've got the little perfume place.
I'm sorry
And they've got
if we
the
missed
little ice
anywhere
cream.
out, but
I'm trying to think. There's so much.
there is so
There's
much.
like a little French restaurant. You've got people doing.
Plus, obviously, Epcot
fake
have their
street
own
art.
fireworks.
Yeah, Epcot
which
have
is
their
awesome. The
own lights illumination. I
that's
think
it.
it's called.
Yeah, you got it. But also, like, even Animal Kingdom have their own fireworks now as well, don't they?
They've
a
got
light
the
show.
light show
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
evenings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, what else is there?
There is just so much.
The hotel rooms are lovely. The staff are lovely.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Like, you can ask the staff anything, and they will obviously try and find you out the information.
Yeah.
What? Can you remember? What did we ask that guy in Magic Kingdom? There was like I can't remember, but there was some specific question, wasn't there? Where we said, just a quick question. Da 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 da.
I don't remember at all.
No, but he was like, I'm going to find out this information for you. He like went on this
And then
mission.
he started running,
Yeah,
didn't he?
did.
I can't remember what it was, but he started running.
I was like, wow, this is effort.
And I was like, oh God. But it's worth the money. It feels like you're getting like first class service.
Yeah, totally.
Everywhere you go.
Yeah. And everyone just genuinely is more happy. Like, even like the people there are more happy. Like, I don't know, like, I guess I hadn't been to a lot of places within America. I'd only been to Disney World like when I was little. So like you just think America's amazing. The food's way better. It's way bigger. You know what I mean? Obviously, just being from little.
The thing is, when people complain about Disney, I do feel a bit sad, and not because I love it so much. It's because I genuinely feel
Judge
that
them as people.
I just genuinely feel that they're not opening their eyes or trying to enjoy it. They just insist on being bitter and angry that they paid so much money to go somewhere that is very expensive, very busy, quite warm. You've got a queue for ages, but guess what? It doesn't matter.
Oh, man.
Honestly, in the queues, just pop out your phone and go on Wi-Fi and just put all your pictures on Instagram.
No,
but even then, people
but this is the thing. Like, even as a kid, like when I was in, like, I'm very passionate about this. But like, even as a kid, like I didn't have a phone or anything. You know what I mean? I didn't have an iPad or whatever. I was a kid. God, the internet had. To be honest, I think the first time I went, the internet was like 99p per minute. So it was like, there's no way, it's going to be in there. But there was so much stuff to do. You know, the Star Wars ride.
Yeah,
whatever.
and you would have people.
Characters.
Yeah, you'd have characters come up to you. There'd be entertainment to watch. You'd still have the music. You just people watch.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could just sit in Disney World and just people watch, and it's such a nice feeling seeing all the little kids. Get so excited. They've got the Princess Parade, which they've now started allowing little boys to join as well now, which is really, really good because some boys just love dressing up. And good for them. So they have the parade. They've got the Bippity Boppity Boutique where kids can go in and have a makeover and become a princess. And oh my God.
Right, Laura, let's finish off. Give me your favourite thing about Walt Disney World. Just one. I just want one. Putting you on the spot.
I can't. Food.
Food
is so bad. Everything's themed.
No.
All the food is themed.
And
it's nicer and bigger.
I'm going to go with just that huge Disney shop in Disney Spring. And the last time we went, they were doing some renovation works in Caribbean Beach or whatever, and we had all that money,
we just bought much
Christmas decorations, Halloween decorations. God, we come back with so much stuff.
I just love the effort.
We actually bought a whole new case and filled it up.
Yes, we did, which is now Ava's case. It's a Mickey Mouse case.
Yeah, with polka dots.
And we filled it up with. We got ourselves a Cogsworth,
a
Lumiere.
Oh my God!
Bought a Doug.
Yeah.
Coasters, mugs. I went on a mission for this one mug, and I still use it today, and I love it. And
Lots of ears.
Minnie Mouse ears.
Yeah.
Just so much stuff, and to be honest, you will spend a lot of money, but it's so worth it.
So basically, if anyone has obviously listened to the Happiness podcast, or if you haven't listened to it as well, but your most important thing to find true happiness and probably be depressed for the rest of your life that you're never going to be that happy ever again is go to Walt Disney World. You're never going to regret it. Get a loan as long as you can afford to pay it back and just go, because you are never ever ever going to regret that. You're not going to be lying on your deathbed and saying, you know what, I wish I didn't get that loan, or I wish I didn't experience that.
They say, honestly, don't listen to him about getting the loan, because seriously, seriously, we could get arrested.
Oh, okay.
Spend sensibly. But they say money can't
Terms
buy
and conditions
happiness.
apply.
Money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a ticket to Walt Disney World, and that's the same thing.
That is true.
So, yes. Have you been to Disney World? What's your favourite thing? Do you want to go?
What have we missed out? And there's loads.
Is there anything we've missed out?
Yeah.
Send us a comment on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook at TruthsPod.
And be sure to subscribe on wherever you listen to your podcast, wherever you listen to this or whatever, Podbean, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and all of those. And we look forward to speaking to you again.
Bye.
Confusion filled sea of doubt. It's time to hear the truth about confusion filled sea of doubt. It's time to hear the truth about